Hey, welcome to this beautiful morning of AgostoAllElite podcast, where we got some big news, some wrestling recap shows, and more. So let's get to start with a recap with Dynamite, with Regal kicking off the show. This is what Regal says. We got to hear from your new world champ. You'll hear him next week. He doesn't have time to come places like Chicago. Mr. Freeman is on the set of a major motion picture. I'm sure what the union is. Then we had a fuck you Regal chant breaks out. Then he said a number of weeks ago he sent an email and MJ will explain next week. Then Moxley comes out and the crowd goes wild. We hear you fucked up chant breaks out as Moxley stares at Regal from ringside. He makes his way in. Danielson runs down, puts between them. Then from Danielson's perspective says, listen Mox, I don't know why what he did, but he did a bad thing. We all done bad things. Please, I ask you. He got a bad neck and 2 brain bleeds. Don't hurt him. So Mox paced around the ring. Bryan slaps him, but immediately apologizes and Mox is infuriated. Then Bryan said more to this. You know your struggles. My dad struggled it too. More than wrestling. When he struggled, I didn't understand, but Regal taught me and blocked the fans out and listened. Because of Regal, I could understand his struggles, and before my dad passed, I could love him. Imagine somebody teaching your daughter to love you in spite of your struggles. The crowd chants bullshit. Bryan says he loves Regal, so he pleads with Mox to do nothing to Regal for him. For Bryan, Mox walks up to Regal, says, Lordship, I want one thing for you. I want you to run. Run far away as you can and never come back. Now, and keep on walking. Regal slowly leaves the ring, and the crowd chants, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Alright, we got Orange Cassidy defeating Jake Hager via roll-up to retain the All-Atlantic Championship. During the post-match, Best Friends go for a hug. Factory interrupts. Factory sounds the ring. QT Marshall talks about Cassidy had no issues giving out tie shots, so QT's mic is not working. Light goes out. Jill Hart is on the ramp. House of Black's in the ring. They wipe out Best Friends in the Factory 2. We have security and wrestlers starting to stop them, but they wipe everyone out. Allow a welcome back chant from the crowd. They grab the staff from the ramp. Brody King hits Dante's Inferno. Malachi Black says, members of House of Black, please rise. Ricky Starks defeated Ethan Page to win the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Yeah, this was a great impactful matchup. We had Ricky Starks with broken ribs, defying the odds, defeating Ethan Page. So we're going to have Starks versus MJF for the world title step for winter is coming. And we have a video showing Jade Cargill confronting Bow Wow at his concert. Backstage, Renee Paquette interviews Jade Cargill. She called Bow Wow a whack-ass rapper, doesn't want to give him any clout. She calls Chicago a whack-ass town, did not deserve an NFL talent celebration. Announced that there will be a baddie celebration next week. Cargill calls in Mark Sterling, says she has no comment on the Bow Wow situation. Then Sterling hands Kira Hogan a piece of paper, said her services were no longer required with the baddies. So basically, Cargill kicked out Kira Hogan, so we don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's Jade Cargill. Alright, we got the best of 7 series, match 2. Death Triangle defeated the Elite. During the ending, Matt Jackson was low blowing on Pac. The referee didn't see it. Matt had the ring and bell hammer, but Penta's right hand behind him with his own hammer. He nails Matt with it. Pac pins Matt for the win. Post-match, Ray Phoenix seems slightly unhappy with Penta using a hammer. Then here's an announcement that involves the word interims and drop from the Women's Championship. Alright, here's a recap from it. Renee Paquette announced that AEW management asked Thunder Rosa to relinquish her championship. Pop in the crowd. Rosa agreed to forfeit the title benefit of all women in AEW. Then she welcomed the new AEW Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter. Renee asked her how it felt to be undisputed champ. Britt Baker, who represents the interim, was never in their vocabulary. Renee accepted that the champion walked to the ring. Yeah. Triple threat women's tag match. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter defeated Will Nightingale, Niles, Sky Blue, and Jay and Telemello. Alright, yeah. Basically, that was a great women's matchup. Good trios women's match. 3 teams going at it. It is pretty good. Right. It was also announced that Toni Storm's interim women's championship reign will be recognized as official world championship reign, not an interim one. The Acclaim and Daddy Ass head to the ring. They go to the scissor, but Jay Lethal, John J. Judd interrupt from the big screen. Jet walks in, listening and as clowns, trying to talk smack Max, barely watching the back crowd chants TNA sucks. Billy Gunn saying, get that old ass off my screen, I still have some pull, and now the moment you wait for it, Chicago, scissor me, Daddy Ass! That was a segment with Jet Jarrett and the Acclaim, Billy Gunn, all that stuff, so we're getting more of that. That's what, I don't know, the Acclaim is going to defend the belt. So regardless, Jericho versus Tomoyoshi. Jericho defeated Tomoyoshi to retain the ROH World Championship by submission. The post-match, we had Jericho confronted Ian Riccaboni, ROH commentator, but Casanova shows up, punches Jericho to end the show. All in all, Dynamite was a great show to hang around, so yeah, it was a great show. Alright, we go to a Raw recap. We got Rollins to defend the U.S. title against Theory. And Lashley was announced during the show that Seth Rollins would defend his U.S. Championship in a triple threat match against Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley, Survivor Series. Rollins was interviewed, said that the match would be a war between three men who were on the verge of snapping. Yeah, pretty much that. That was a recap. Alright, that was pretty much the Raw we're talking about. Austin Theory defeated Mustafa Ali by pinfall with 8-time down. Theory cut a promo before the match and hit rock bottom, made him a new man, around to take out both Lashley and Rollins. After Theory's win, Lashley didn't want to wait for Survivor Series and came to the ring when he and Theory brawled. Theory eventually ran away and hit Lashley with a chair to no effect. Theory snapped, became more a sympathetic threat rather than a privileged kid who Vince McMahon picked to turn as a good turn for his character. What made the change more interesting is that for all the violence recently, despite everything Bill Bravo displaying this day, he hasn't changed. Well, he didn't have the physical advantage in the moment during his impressive moments over the past 2 weeks. He was quick to run away in fear. The planned idea that there is talk attacks on the weekend foes just a bluff to cover the shadow ego from the failed Money in the Bank cashing character work. The Brawling Brutes defeated Judgment Day by pinfall when Sheamus pinned Dominic Mysterio with a bro kick. The match came when the Brutes, Owens, McIntyre, up and showed a hype up their War Games match, Bloodline, Judgment Day interrupted, and the match was thrown together. That was basically what happened. Almost defeated Gargano by pinfall after chokeslam. Gargano was supposed to wrestle The Miz, but Miz said he injured his hand, filmed a TikTok announced as his replacement opponent. Yeah. Matt Riddle, Elias defeated Academy by pinfall at the Riddle hit Chad Gable with a floating bro. So Drew McIntyre defeated Baron Corbin by pinfall with a Claymore. Akira Tozawa stole JBL's hat. Ringside called a distraction that led to the finish. The Judgment Day and OC brawled backstage out in the backing line. After the OC had a hand in costing Judgment Day their match earlier in the night, the group interrupted an OC backstage interview before a brawl kicked off. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka by pinfall with a Riptide. The win secured damage control. Nick Cross Ripley the win numbers advantage to survive the War Games match. Bianca Belair, Bliss, Asuka, and Mia Yim will reveal their fifth member of SmackDown Friday. Stay tuned to that. But right now, let's go to the Rampage recap. Alright, FTR vs. Top Flight. This week's episode of Rampage aired at a special time, 4 p.m. Eastern on Black Friday. The show opened up with a banger as FTR defended the ROH tag belts against Top Flight. So, Darius Martin, Dax Harwood started their teams. Martin and Cash Wheeler, Dante and Cash Wheeler watched their opponents have fast-paced exchange takedowns. Darius showed some technical ability as one of the best technicians in AEW today. Wheeler stepped to one of his Top Flight signature double team offense. FTR had the chance to get in a few double team spots. Top Flight seemed in control of the match. The match was more of a series of spot sequences than one card story, but something that can be fun, especially with some high flyers like Top Flight. Both teams could have sold a bit more for their opponents, but sometimes you have to sacrifice to keep up the pace. FTR was able to get the win with the big rig to retain the titles. Yeah. So we got Darby Allin versus Anthony Henry. Alright, before that, Jericho and JS promo had a ring, but they were iterated by Claudio Castagnoli. He challenged Jericho to a title match, but also said if he loses, he had to join JS. That was the promo segment of it. Next bout, we saw Allin take on Henry. Did not get inside entrance at the same time. Henry did a bit of side power advantage, being able to use that control early moments in the match. He maintained upper hand throughout the battle, but Allin tried to make a comeback, like he always does. Sting took out J.D. Drake after he got involved. Allin countered a suplex with a Scorpion Death Drop before hitting the coffin drop for the win. Honestly, the match was fine for what it was. it honestly didn't really stand out. They mentioned some history between Allen and Henry on the content, but didn't explain enough to let casual viewers know why these men hate each other. Yeah, so basically like that. Honestly, yeah. So Hikaru Shida versus Queen Amita. Pele 4, Bunny Cannon distracts Shida, so Inita would take control of Melee. Shida nailed her with elbow strike for a picking up for Falcon Arrow. She nailed a spin kick to the head for a quick one, easy win. There's not much to say about this, but it's always nice to see Shida, but the women deserve they're better than this. So yeah, that was a women's segment. So take it what it is. So it is what it is. Take it what it is. You know? Alright, the Dark Order versus Rush, Butcher, Blade. Yeah, pretty much that. The main event was saw Preston Vance, Johnson, Ass Reynolds taking on Rush, the Butcher, and the Blade. However, Vance, nowhere was seen with the Dark Order, made his entrance. Like Silver Rollins perceived the wrestler at disadvantage all the way through a commercial break, so the heels had the control almost the entire time. Silver began to mount some offense. We returned from the break. Rush cut him off and Chan tagged Reynolds, got some relief. Vance ran down the ring, looked like he was going to help his team, but ended up attacking Silver to cost the Dark Order the match. Besides, help Rush, Butcher, and Blade destroy Silver Reynolds. Yeah, so Vance walked the -1, threw his mask on the ground, and ended the show. Before that, he ripped off like Uno's mask, so yeah. The match itself was decent, but honestly, the storyline development at the end would really make this actually stand out. So that's why I think Rampage was a somewhat decent episode. Except for the women's match. But the ending of the main event with the story development, that is good. You pulled the trigger. You got a SmackDown recap. Alright, let's go to the SmackDown recap. It's pretty bad. Okay. SmackDown opened with Team Dance Control. Consisted of Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley in the ring. Belair, accompanied by Blessed Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, revealed Lynch as the final member of her War Games squad. In Mark Lynch's first appearance as losing a Raw's Women's Champ match to Belair at SummerSlam in July. Lynch showed a sign of respect for her rival before she was attacked by Damage Control in the previous encounter, Belair, Lynch, and company cleared out the ring when tossing Melee with a exploder suplex. A face-off between Ripley was teased, but Ripley teammates talked her down. So yeah, it was a little tease. Then we got a brawl between Bloodline Brawling Brutes broken out backstage at the SmackDown World Cup Finals match between Butch and Santos Escobar and followed Rich's return. Then we got later in the evening, Owens approached Zayn outside the Bloodline's locker room. Owens warned his best friend he should leave. Bloodline for group eventually turn on him. Owens said that Zayn should strike first for Owens to get the upper hand. Jay was listening on the conversation and asked Zayn if he spoke to anyone. Zayn denied doing so before entering the Bloodline's room. So yeah, Sheamus and McIntyre defeated Usos by pinfall after Sheamus struck Jay with a brogue kick. Sheamus and McIntyre overwhelmed the Usos early with that brute strength. The Usos, the reigning undisputed tag team champions, one experienced unit, everybody took out with tag team maneuvers, tactics. A wounded, isolated McIntyre made his way to a friendly corner attack at Sheamus. The LT War put a whooping on the Usos' pursuit of Perry to win ahead of War Games. A distraction by Zayn allowed Jay, who Zayn had a continuous line with to get the upper hand on Sheamus. Jay near scored a pinfall with a big splash moment before a ball broke out between the allies ringside. Zayn attempted to interfere in the match, leading to a confrontation with Owens. Owens tricked Zayn into getting ejected from the match, struck Jay with a stunner while the referee was preoccupied. Sheamus closed out the show with a brogue kick. This was a solid episode of SmackDown leading to Survivor Series. Like, Bella revealed did not disappoint the crowd, was thrilled to see Lynch's return from a 4-month hiatus. Honestly, I want by Asha Banks, but anyway. The former Royals showed their respect in the SummerSlam title match. Lynch has unfinished business with Damage Control. The inclusion of Kevin Owens in the men's World Games match continues to pay dividends as his friendship with Ain adds the further layers to the rich bloodline subplot. So, Roman must get his house in order, or he hopes to continue Tribb's domination. Yeah. So, the rest of the match, we got SmackDown World Cup Round 2. Escobar defeated Butch by pinfall, following destruction by Zelina Vega and a Phantom Drive by Santos. Bray Wyatt insisted he's not responsible for attacking LA Knight next week, but his alter ego, Uncle Howdy, begged to differ. Knight said he would stop vengeance if not for injuries he suffered. So yeah, and then we have Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar defeating Hit Row, Ash Adonis and Top Dollar by pinfall to hit in the Ragnarok on Adonis. Then we got Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, Ripley, Brody assaulted Rey Mysterio as Ray Holmes were at Thanksgiving dinner. The footage was released earlier this week. Then we have SmackDown World Cup Round 2. Ricochet defeated Strowman by pinfall for the interference by Imperium. Ricochet saved Strowman from a post-match beatdown by Imperium. Yeah. Okay, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler attacked Raquel Rodriguez, and Shiny backstage. He slammed Rodriguez's arm across the equipment case. Then Rousey and Baszler defeated Rodriguez and Shotzi by a submission after Rousey applied armbar to Rodriguez's previously injured arm. Yeah, so that was SmackDown's recap. I didn't watch SmackDown. I just want to recap it. It was a good, somewhat okay show. It was like War Games, this shit. So yeah. So this is why this is AgostoAllElite podcast. I mean, no, it's not it. Oh yeah, we got the news now. So that was the recap. So let's go to the news right now. All right, now that all the recap we did all the way, let's go straight to the news. Adam Cole and Hangman Page both reportedly doing better with injury recovery. Both AEW's Adam Cole and Hangman Page seem to have been doing better with recovery from respective concussions. Both Cole and Hangman are permanently out of action with concussions. Adam Cole suffered his first and Forbidden Door match back in June, whereas Adam Page's injury was a lot more recently, happening on October episode of Dynamite. Of course, concussions always spark a sense of worry among fans and people in wrestling business, as they can be pretty unpredictable when it comes to severity, especially in the case of Adam Cole, who has a course of being out for months without too many updates. Both Hangman and Adam Cole are both two AEW main event talents, so being them missing from shows does not leave some sort of void. Fans will be unhappy to see them make their returns when the time comes. So yeah, that's pretty much Adam Cole, Hangman Page. They're gonna come back to AEW soon, so don't worry. Alright, there's reported a lot of people in AEW who are venting on why CM Punk should not be allowed to return. It's that CM Punk AEW situation relationship is far from cooling down anytime soon. During the recent AEW Full Gear media scrum after the show, Tony Khan made a rare comment on the CM Punk situation, reinforcing that Punk due to Colt Cabana's placement in the company while at least he was around, despite the belief of many. Tony Khan denied Punk to do with Colt Cabana we feature on multiple occasions now, but it sounds like AEW talent spectacle of that. So that with a certain situation, the opposite has happened. This relationship between Punk and AEW seems to be rocky as ever. Incident generally feels like a matter of time for his departure, but the company made official in some way or another. Mostly Punk and AEW are not doing so good, so it won't be a surprise when Punk leaves the company. The Young Bucks comment on their AEW return, reflecting on their absent beginning. Alright, let's go there. After weeks of tease, the Elite made their return to AEW at Saturday's Full Gear pay-per-view, losing to the Death Triangle and what was respectively announced as the first match of the 7 in the series for the AEW Trio as champions. The trio has been serving their suspension along with Punk, Steel, Michael Nakazawa, Buck, Rich Daniels, and Brian Cutler for their reported involvement in Brawl-Out incident in December. As a result of their suspension, being the Elite, the youth series that was on a temporary hiatus, although now in AEW that made a return. The show is now making a comeback, so episode 323 premiered early today. During the episode, Matt and Nick Jack spoke about how they felt about making a return to the company, when Nick revealed their fears of not being at the level he was at previously, while Matt discussed how difficult time away from AEW was for both of them. It's the end of the loop. We're finally back home in Ontario, California. We're officially back. We're officially back. We, however, have been technically backstage a few weeks, but now we're on screen. We wrestled, we've done it. Back, being the Elite is back. It doesn't feel like we're officially back though until Full Gear. We were around 4 weeks. It didn't feel like there was something missing. I think something missing was performing, so we scratched that itch and we're back. I'm just gonna say I was thinking of it, being anxious. Now we can still perform at a high level. Earlier from Matt, I was actually waking up in cold sweats. I haven't been sleeping. People don't understand because they haven't been able to really talk about. But this too is the hardest month of my life. I know you two, my family, we got through it. You may never know what's going to happen until you do it. You got to hear the support just to hear how you can see how happy a lot of people will see. Really meant to the world to us. Kenny Omega felt like we're going through the healing process right now, but I think the last time was a big step for us. We get there, I feel good. We got to come out to a song we grew up listening to our dad. For Nick, a badass song too. Now for Matt, a song we almost didn't get, a song that we used to come out in the backyard, but song really didn't get until 11 hour. That was stressful. Getting that night before we finally knew so collected a really crazy time. Now it's the end, almost sign of relief at this point. Yeah, you leave that triangle set to clash it again in the second match, which has already been reviewed in the Dynamite recap of the Best 7 series on this week's Dynamite in Chicago, Illinois. The trio has undoubtedly been missing on television during their absence. We're certainly looking forward to see the remainder of the Balance two who display the chemistry with each other on a number of occasions. Alright, we got Cain Velasquez requested permission to compete for AAA while listed on bail. On November 8th, early this month, former two-time UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez was granted $1 million bail, released the next day after he was formally charged 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, as well as several additional charges including 1 count of shooting in a medical vehicle, 3 counts of assault firearm, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of willfully discharged firearm vehicle, 1 count of carrying a loaded firearm with intent to commit felony earlier in the year for attempted murder of Harry Golder. So, Nolan King of MMA Junkie is providing an update on Velasquez's arrangement, revealing that he and his attorney Ed Sosa made a motion for the court to allow to wrestle at AAA's December Dirt show in Arizona. According to King, the request initially denied, although a formal decision yet to be made. This is from MMA Junkie. King has travel restrictions in addition to other bail release rules was abided by. Velasquez's legal team indicated that he still be monitored by GPS, pay fees so the police could accompany him on the trip. The district attorney, who was present at the arrangement, did Velasquez's request after the hearing was scheduled for later this month when the lead prosecutor is available. Velasquez's attorney responded that he can't wait that long because AA had to promote the event. The request was reiterated to the judge for more familiar with the circumstances of Velasquez's case, and the judge expected to make a formal decision Tuesday. Velasquez latest competed for AAA in December last year. Triple Mega Regina when he teamed with Pangan and Trusted Clacker Clown to defeat the team at Lovely Park, Rig Scorpio, and Toros. As always, we'll provide any updates on Velasquez potentially returning to the ring as soon as we hear more. Yeah, basically Velasquez is innocent, so I hope something happens soon. So, till then, okay. Earl Hebner says he's very happy that Jeff Jarrett signed with AEW. Legendary referee Earl Hebner recently joined his son Brian's reference a podcast discuss a wide range of pro wrestling tactics to his thoughts on Jeff Jarrett signing AEW. The decision he believes will benefit the promotion greatly. Hebner also discussed his relationship with Icon Sting, highlights below that he and Sting are very close. Sting and I are very good buddies. Believe it or not, had private dressing room dressing me in the room because we were playing cards. He wanted me to do his matches. How happy is that he and Jeff Jarrett's in AEW. I love Jeff to death. I'm so happy with AEW. He's going to make a big impact. Well worth having somebody that knows what he does. He knows everything about business. Dustin Rhodes made an appearance on Dr. Jericho. This is the other news. Now, alright, before that, Jeff Jarrett did make an appearance. Like, he's talking about Jeff Jarrett. That he's happy for him. That he signed. He's going to make an impact in AEW. So, good. Yeah, okay. Now we go to Justin Rhodes' main appearance on Talking Jericho. He was discussing a wide range of topics. Okay. During it, he shared how long he wants to wrestle without being out of business for so many years. This is from Dustin Rhodes. That's a tough question. It's my blood. I'd like a Ric Flair and oppose the last match. I don't want to do that. As long as I can get out of the business and still walk, because I do need a couple of knee replacements, but that's fine. I'll get knee replacements. I'll be fine. I'll be able to walk around, but just remember getting the business, seeing a couple of old timers on walkers and wheelchairs. Like, I don't want to get to the point, but we do our buys around eventually something's going to happen. So we get an out of business ball. I can kind of semi walk at least the rest of my life. That's fine, but I love the business. I want to be connected some way. Backstage coaching, wherever. I love coaching. Rather than me, people don't love it. So yeah, I love putting something together for those kids to try to figure out. My vision is always different for their vision. I see him doing it, it's not my vision, it makes me mad. But it's what I see him vision as being. I understand, I'm patient with it. I love telling him, yeah, you did this, you do this next time, and do what works for them. So that's not a knowledge I want to pass on. So that's my legacy. My knowledge, passing on my knowledge to younger kids. Yeah, so Dustin Rhodes wants to pass on his legacy to the other kids, the new kids, to learn about wrestling. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Now we go to AEW files for AEW Together trademark November 18. AEW filed for trademark AEW Together for merchandise purposes. Description: mark for AEW Together trademark. It registers tender cover carries of bananas, beanies, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, tight shirts, tank tops, you name it. AEW will present a new episode of the Dynamite. Well, that was about a recap from this week in Wintrust area in Chicago, Illinois. Will feature fallout from Full Gear. We already know some of the top matches. You already know from the recap, so yeah. Yeah, basically, I don't know what's going on with the trademark AEW Together, but something good. But people close to Punk are not happy with Elite's match this week. So another layer has been added to the situation between the Elite and Punk. Punk is currently nowhere seeing a wrestling cast allocation between himself and the Elite at All Out in this year. However, that popped up during MMA commentary a good couple of times. Mega and the Bucks really returned an interaction for the first time since All Out with an attempt to reclaim the trios titles for the Death Triangle at AEW Full Gear pay-per-views last weekend during match. Now AEW announced the Elite and Death Triangle at best of 7. The second match series. Already saw in Chicago. Chicago for his own talent Punk, and he was trying to have strong wrestling there. Elite made their entrance with action. Boos, chants, match for fourth, and say Elite's chants of CM Punk, fuck CM Punk, fuck Coco Bad, some of the things that chanted throughout the match. During the match, the Elite played into a sure always made some pretty blank shots. Punk match Jazz purposely botched shot lariat, Mega bite, arms, and much more. Mostly like that. But there's more to this. Like on the latest episode of Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer gets some insight and ratchet of match from people close to Punk. This Meltzer. I know there were some people close to CM Punk that they were not happy with the 6-man tag this week. So the shots are not blatant and heavy-handed. A lot of people were starting to speculate the whole situation could be returned to a work with Punk, maybe his return to a feud to the lead. That's judging from the crowd last night alone. The feud recorded huge money, the biggest feud possible in AEW. That's what I see out of this situation. I hope they clear things up and we get a feud out of this. So yeah. Okay, good news that AEW started the injury scare. Dante Martin team with Darius Martin take on Ring of Honor World Champions World Tag Team FTR at Wednesday's Rampage. On the recap this week, it was speculated that Dante may suffer an injury during the bout, which would have been the last thing he needed after tough time injuries. A lot of fans were concerned with the situation concerning Dante. One half of the AEW World Tag Champs, the opponent took Twitter friend knows that Martin's doing fine. They're bringing to their business in 2016. Top Flight, same way AEW Wrestling. About 2020, Dante had been on sidelines injury and being involved in a car accident. Since April, he's recently returned from Torrey ACL that left him out of action for over a year. Yeah, so this was an injury scare from Top Flight. I hope things get better. Alright, here's another rumor. Rumor killed on WWE plans for Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank still is several months away, but a rumor regarding a potential winner for men's Money in the Bank ladder match been making the rounds. That rumor is how LA Knight was scheduled to win the bout during a future talent match was choosing. Has not been discussed as a possible winner from Fight for Select reports. It's also rumored that the Money in the Bank ladder match could be turning at WrestleMania instead of taking place in their own standalone event. The Triple H want to move away from the holding gimmick theme events such as Money in the Bank, TLC, Hell so. Other reports tonight, some members of the WWE creative team higher-ups company say that while the idea isn't impossible, nothing has come across their desk as of yet. I like LA Knight, but we don't have benefit plans across the board for months down the line, much less next year's Money in the Bank. We wanted him on so bad, and we went hard to take Larry to put him on. I never heard him discussing the same concept of Money in the Bank. Not it couldn't happen, he's a great performer, it's that did not be discussed. Trista said. Matt Sydal tried to call it after his injury when he impact potential cruiserweight division AEW. In an exclusive interview for Wrestling News, Matt Sydal spoke about CM Fall 10 count from Killigan Primetime Wrestling take place on number 26 in Warsaw, Poland. Sydal also talked about the AEW run. He asked if Tony Khan was upset we got injured in the AEW non-AEW show. I'll tell you what happened. Tony Khan found out what my injury was. He jumped up, hugged me because we need surgery. I mean, he is supportive he could be, encouraging he could be. I mean, it was a setback. It felt like everyone was. It was taking the air out of the balance when it happened. I felt like injuries haunted me right line, but this was making me before we come back more angry. is lit in front of me because I don't have any time in the world. I don't have a career in front of me. You're behind me, but there it is left. Every match is left. It's going to be the best match of my life. And the best I write. And I'm putting out the best work. There's more to this. Like, let us say, let AEW to wrestle for the Bucks. That's why I went to AEW. That's why I left Impact. Because I want to go to AEW. Because I want to wrestle the Bucks again. I'm really lucky I got to have a match with my brother against the Young Bucks. Also, Mike and I also wrestled Lucha Brothers. I mean, we have a string of great matches. Then, unfortunately, Mike got hurt. He hurt his back on Jericho Cruise 4 nights in a row. It was crazy. But, yeah, I mean, come back. It was more than a lot of top fight. I mean, I love everything going on in AEW. Watch every single match. I don't want AEW. But if I need AEW, love it. Let us share what we have around us, around the world. Yeah, so, and it's again, there's a room for AEW because we're champion saying we could start going, the IWGP heavyweight title because that's New Japan title. They want to line strikers. Champion wrestler, I mean, we kind of belt. I mean, old AEW starting out in their division. Heavyweight division, junior heavyweight division, or cruiserweight division, whatever you call it, that's my division. I would own it. I would have top it. People would be fine for my spot because it comes to junior. Time to went to Japan. I win a junior heavyweight belt. That I'm gonna try anything the guy who's 5'8", 165 pounds, ready to fight. And that's all for this week's AgostoAllElite podcast. See ya next Saturday. Bye.